In this video, I'm about to show you 10 Coca-Cola products you need to put back on the shelf and walk away from, and 5 that are actually worth every penny, starting with number 10. Number 10. Coca-Cola Cherry. Coca-Cola Cherry has been around since 1985, and there's a whole generation of Americans who have fond memories of cracking one open at a ball game or a birthday party. That nostalgia is real, and Coca-Cola knows it. But here's what else is real. A single 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola Cherry delivers 42 grams of sugar. 42 grams! The American Heart Association recommends that men consume no more than 36 grams of added sugar per day, and that's the entire daily budget, not just from one drink. One can of Cherry Coke blows past the daily limit before you've eaten a single bite of food. The formula also relies on natural flavor, a term that sounds reassuring but legally covers a wide range of synthetic processing derivatives. And like all Coca-Cola cola products, it contains caramel color made through a high heat process that produces 4-methylamidazole, or 4-MEI, a compound listed under California's Proposition 65 as a known animal carcinogen. Coca-Cola reformulated for California specifically because of Proposition 65 pressure, meaning they know. They made the change where the law forced them to. Everywhere else, same old formula. That's not a company looking out for you. That's a company doing the absolute minimum and calling it good. Number 9. Sprite Lymonade. Sprite Lymonade is one of those drinks that feels like it should be healthier than regular cola. It's lighter, it has a citrus base, it doesn't have that heavy caramel color sitting in the bottle. But feelings and facts are two different things. Sprite Lymonade contains 40 grams of sugar per 12-ounce serving. For context, that's 10 teaspoons of sugar dissolved into one drink. The 2020 to 2025 Dietary Guidelines for Americans recommends limiting added sugar to no more than 10% of your total daily calories for a 2,000-calorie diet. That's about 50 grams per day. One Lymonade gets you 80% of the way there. On top of the sugar load, this product uses high fructose corn syrup as its primary sweetener. A comprehensive 2013 review published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high fructose corn syrup consumption at regular dietary levels is associated with elevated triglycerides, increased visceral fat accumulation, and impaired insulin sensitivity, all 3 of which are independent cardiovascular risk factors. Coca-Cola markets Lymonade as a refreshment option. They spend real money on advertising it as a fun, light, summery choice. And it might taste that way. But 40 grams of high fructose corn syrup in a bottle that looks like lemonade is not a light choice. It's a sugar delivery system with a friendly label. Number 8. Dasani flavored water strawberry. Dasani strawberry flavored water. Sounds like one of the most harmless things you could buy. It's water, with a hint of strawberry. How bad could it be? Well, Dasani flavored water is not actually flavored water in the traditional sense. It is a sweetened beverage. A 20-ounce bottle of Dasani strawberry contains 20 grams of added sugar, the same amount you'd get from a small candy bar. The product uses high fructose corn syrup as a sweetener and includes the vague catch-all natural flavor in its ingredient list, a term the FDA defines so loosely that it encompasses hundreds of chemically processed compounds that have nothing to do with actual strawberries. Here is what gets me most about this product, though. Coca-Cola sells it in water-style packaging, a clear bottle, clean label design, a name that starts with water. It sits in the water and sports drink aisle, not the soda aisle. That placement is a deliberate choice. They know that people shopping for water or trying to cut back on soda might grab this bottle without reading the label closely. Positioning a sweetened beverage in the water aisle and calling it flavored water is one of the most cynical shelf placement decisions in the grocery store. Read the label before you grab it. Number 7. Minute Maid Lemonade. Minute Maid is a Coca-Cola brand, and Minute Maid Lemonade is one of the best-selling lemonade products in America. The branding leans hard into the idea of real lemons, real fruit, real refreshment. The name itself, Minute Maid, is designed to evoke something homemade and wholesome. There's a reason they put that vintage sun imagery on the carton. They want you to picture a pitcher of fresh squeezed lemonade sitting on a picnic table, but look at what is actually in there. Minute Maid lemonade's first ingredient is water. The second is high fructose corn syrup. Real lemons do not show up until the fifth ingredient, listed as lemon juice, and even then, Minute Maid lemonade contains only 5% real juice. 5%. You are paying for lemonade and getting a product that is 95% not lemonade. A 12-ounce serving delivers 28 grams of sugar, almost entirely from high fructose corn syrup. A 2019 study published in the British Medical Journal, tracking over 100,000 adults, found that every 10% increase in consumption of ultra-processed beverages was associated with a 12% increase in overall cancer risk. And here's the part that really gets under my skin. Coca-Cola sells a version of this product specifically marketed to children in juice, box, and pouch formats. Same formula. Same high fructose corn syrup base, same 5% juice content, packaged in bright colors and aimed directly at kids whose parents trust the word lemonade on the label. Minute Maid lemonade is not lemonade in any meaningful sense. It is high fructose corn syrup water dressed up in citrus branding, and Coca-Cola has been selling it to American families as a fruit drink for decades. That is not what it is, and they know it. Number 6. Coca-Cola Energy. When Coca-Cola launched Coca-Cola Energy in 2020, the pitch was simple, the taste, with an energy kick. It was aimed squarely at younger adults who were reaching for Red Bull or Monster instead of classic Coke, and the marketing budget behind it was enormous. But here's what they were actually selling. A 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola Energy contains 114 milligrams of caffeine. That is nearly 3 times the caffeine in a standard can of regular Coca-Cola, which contains 34 milligrams. The FDA's guidance on caffeine safety for healthy adults caps daily intake at 400 milligrams, but the American Academy of Pediatrics has explicitly stated that energy drinks with high caffeine content are not appropriate for children and adolescents. Coca-Cola Energy was widely available in convenience stores directly adjacent to school supplies, marketed with the Coca-Cola brand that generations of young people associate with something normal and familiar. The product also contains guarana extract, another natural caffeine source, meaning the total stimulant load is higher than the labeled caffeine amount alone. Combining high caffeine with guarana with the high fructose corn syrup and caramel color already in the Coke base formula is not a beverage innovation. It is a stimulant cocktail in a can, with one of the most trusted brand names in food history stamped on the front. Number 5. Powerade Mountain Berry Blast. Powerade is Coca-Cola's answer to Gatorade, and Powerade Mountain Berry Blast is consistently one of the brand's top-selling flavors. It's marketed to athletes, to active people, to anyone who needs to rehydrate and replenish. The sports drink aisle is built on the idea that these products are functional, that they do something for your body that water alone cannot. So let's look at what Mountain Berry Blast actually does. A 32-ounce bottle, the standard size most people buy, contains 56 grams of sugar and uses high fructose corn syrup as the primary sweetener. 56 grams! That is more sugar than you would get from a can of regular Coca-Cola. It also contains FD&C Blue One, a synthetic petroleum-derived food dye that the Center for Science in the Public Interest has listed as a dye of concern, citing animal studies linking high doses to kidney tumors. The European Food Safety Authority requires foods containing blue one to carry a warning label. In the United States, no such warning is required. And Coca-Cola sells Powerade Mountain Berry Blast as a sports drink, a product associated with fitness and health, while filling the bottle with more sugar than soda and a dye that requires a warning label in Europe. If you are working out and need hydration, water and a banana will do more for you than this bottle ever will. Number 4. Simply Orange Juice Original. Simply Orange is a Coca-Cola brand, and it is one of the most trusted names in the American juice market. The branding is built around simplicity and purity. No concentrates, not from concentrate, just oranges. People pay a premium for Simply Orange specifically because it feels more natural and less processed than other juice brands. That premium is real. A carton of Simply Orange costs meaningfully more than store-brand juice, and people pay it willingly because they believe they are getting something genuinely better. But here is what most people do not know about how Simply Orange is actually made. Coca-Cola uses a patented process called black box, a term the company itself uses internally, which involves stripping the juice of oxygen during storage to prevent spoilage. That process, called aseptic storage, can preserve juice for over a year, but it also strips most of the natural flavor compounds. Before packaging, flavor packs engineered by the same fragrance companies that create perfumes and colognes are added back into the juice to restore the taste consumers expect. These flavor packs are derived from orange byproducts and are therefore technically classified as natural flavor under FDA rules, meaning Coca-Cola is not required to disclose them separately on the ingredient label. A 2009 investigative report by financial journalist Alyssa Hamilton, published in her book Squeezed, documented this process in precise detail, and it was never disputed by Coca-Cola. What that means is simple. You are paying a significant premium for freshness that has been engineered back into the bottle after being stripped out during processing. The word simply is doing an enormous amount of work on that carton. What is inside is significantly more complicated than it suggests. Number 3. Fanta Orange. Fanta Orange has been part of the Coca-Cola portfolio since the company acquired the brand in 1960, and it has been a fixture in American grocery stores and fast food restaurants for decades. A 12-ounce can contain 44 grams of sugar more than a full-size Snickers bar, which delivers 33 grams. But the sugar is not even the part of Fanta Orange that concerns me most. The product contains red 40 and yellow 6, two petroleum-derived synthetic dyes. In the European Union, all food products containing yellow 6 are legally required to carry a specific warning label, may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children. The science behind that EU requirement comes from a landmark 2007 study published in The Lancet, one of the most prestigious medical journals in the world, which found statistically significant links between a mixture of synthetic food dyes and increased hyperactivity in children. Coca-Cola reformulated Fanta in many European markets to use natural coloring agents instead beet extract, paprika, and others specifically to avoid the mandatory warning label requirement. But in the United States, red 40 and yellow 6 are still in the American formula. Same brand, same company, two different standards, a stricter one for countries that demand it, and a looser one for the American consumer who never got the memo. Number 2. Vitamin Water Power C Dragon Fruit. When Coca-Cola acquired Vitamin Water in 2007 for over $4 billion, the pitch to consumers was clear. This is water that is actually good for you. The name says it right there. Vitamin Water. Power C Dragon Fruit specifically promises immune support through vitamin C. The label design, the clean bottle, the wellness language, everything about this product is engineered to make you feel like you are making a smart, health-conscious choice. In 2010, a class action lawsuit was filed against Coca-Cola in the United States, alleging that Vitamin Water was being deceptively marketed as a healthy product. In response to the lawsuit, Coca-Cola's own legal team argued in court documents that no consumer could reasonably be misled into thinking Vitamin Water was a healthy beverage. Read that again. Coca-Cola's lawyers argued in court that no reasonable person would think their product called Vitamin Water is healthy. A 20-ounce bottle of Power C Dragon Fruit contains 32 grams of added sugar, primarily from crystalline fructose and cane sugar, alongside a modest amount of synthetic vitamins that your body absorbs at a fraction of the rate of vitamins from whole food sources. The company spent $4 billion buying a brand whose name implies something it cannot legally defend in court. That is who you are dealing with when you pick up a Vitamin Water. Number 1. Coca-Cola Classic. Number 1 on the avoid list is the one that started it all, the product that built an empire, the most recognized brand on the planet, the drink that has been in American life for over 100 years. Coca-Cola Classic. And I want to be clear about why it is number 1, because it is not just about the sugar. Though the sugar is significant, a 12-ounce can delivers 39 grams. It is about what this company has done with their influence and how long they have done it. In 2015, the New York Times broke the story that Coca-Cola had funneled millions of dollars to a nonprofit called the Global Energy Balance Network, a group of scientists who publicly argued that lack of exercise, not sugar consumption, was the primary driver of obesity in America. The funding was kept secret. When it came to light, Coca-Cola shut the organization down. This was not a one-time mistake. A 2019 analysis published in the journal PLOS Medicine reviewed internal Coca-Cola documents and found a decades-long pattern of funding research designed to shift public attention away from sugar and toward physical activity as the dominant health variable. They took a page directly from Big Tobacco: fund the science, control the narrative, protect the product. Coca-Cola Classic is not just a sugary drink. It is the flagship product of a company that has spent more money distorting public health science than most institutions spend conducting it. That is why it is number one. All right, now I know that was a lot to sit with. And look, if you've been drinking some of those products for years, I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm here to make sure you have the information they don't put on the label. Because here's the thing, not everything Coca-Cola makes deserves to end up on that list. There are 5 products in their lineup that I actually think hold up when you look at the real data. Starting with number 5. Number 5, Smartwater Still. Smartwater gets a lot of criticism for being overpriced bottled water, and some of that criticism is fair. You are paying significantly more per ounce than you would for filtered tap water. I get it. But here is why it earns a spot on the worth buying side of this list. And it comes down to one thing. The process is real and the product is transparent about what it is. Smartwater is vapor distilled, meaning it goes through a process that replicates the natural water cycle: evaporation, condensation, purification, and then has electrolytes added back in: calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, and potassium bicarbonate. No sugar, no artificial flavor, no color additives, no sweeteners of any kind. The complete ingredient list is vapor distilled water and electrolytes. That is it. I pulled that label and read every word. After spending the first half of this video going through products with petroleum-derived dyes, patented flavor engineering systems, and high fructose corn syrup hiding behind health food branding, a product with a 5-word ingredient list genuinely feels like a breath of fresh air. According to the Environmental Working Group's tap water database, more than 85% of Americans receive tap water with at least one contaminant detected above established health guidelines. For people in those areas, and statistically that is most of the people watching this, having a reliably clean, independently tested bottled option is a practical choice, not a luxury. Smartwater has been independently certified by NSF International under NSF Standard 60. That certification is not a sticker Coca-Cola designed themselves. It is external verification from a third-party organization with no financial stake in the outcome. The product is what it says it is. In a company whose lineup includes vitamin water, Dasani flavored water, and Maid lemonade, that kind of straightforwardness stands out. Number 4. Gold Peak Unsweetened Iced Tea. Gold Peak is a Coca-Cola brand, and most of what they sell in the Gold Peak line is heavily sweetened. Their sweet tea products contain as much sugar per bottle as a regular soda. But the unsweetened variety is a genuinely different product. Gold Peak Unsweetened Iced Tea contains 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweeteners, and uses real brewed tea as its base. The ingredient list is 2 items: brewed tea and water. That is it. And tea, specifically black tea at regular consumption levels, has a meaningful body of research behind it. A 2019 meta-analysis published in the European Journal of Epidemiology, reviewing data from over 2 million participants across multiple countries, found that regular black tea consumption of 3 or more cups per day was associated with a statistically significant reduction in all-cause mortality. The flavonoids in black tea, particularly theaflavins and theorubicins, have demonstrated anti-inflammatory and endothelial protective properties in multiple peer-reviewed studies. This is not marketing language. This is documented research. Gold Peak Unsweetened gives you the real benefits of brewed black tea in a convenient, consistently produced bottle with nothing added that should not be there. In a company that usually cannot resist adding sugar to everything, this product is the exception. Number 3. Topo Chico Mineral Water. Topo Chico was acquired by Coca-Cola in 2017, and I will be honest, I was skeptical at first about what that acquisition would mean for the product. Big company buys beloved independent brand, next thing you know the formula changes and it tastes like nothing. That has not happened here, and the product earns its spot on this list for 2 reasons: what is in it and what is not in it. Topo Chico mineral water contains naturally carbonated mineral water from a spring in Monterrey, Mexico, with naturally occurring minerals including magnesium, calcium, and potassium. No artificial carbonation added on top of flat water. No sweeteners, no artificial flavor. No dyes. The carbonation is part of the water as it emerges from the source. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that mineral-rich sparkling water consumption was associated with measurable reductions in LDL cholesterol and inflammatory markers in postmenopausal women over a 2-month study period. The magnesium content in naturally occurring mineral water supports muscle and nerve function in ways that plain filtered water does not. Coca-Cola has, so far, left this product alone. The formula is unchanged from before the acquisition. If that ever changes, this product comes off the list immediately. But right now, Topo Chico is the real thing. Number 2. Gold Peak Unsweetened Green Tea. Yes, this is the second Gold Peak product on the worth buying side, and it is here for different reasons than the black tea, so stay with me. Gold Peak Unsweetened Green Tea uses real brewed green tea with no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and no synthetic additives. 2 ingredients: brewed green tea and water. Now, the research on green tea specifically is some of the most robust nutritional science available in peer-reviewed literature. A 2020 meta-analysis published in Nutrients, reviewing 41 separate clinical trials involving green tea catechins, specifically EGCG, the primary active compound found statistically significant associations with reductions in fasting blood glucose, insulin resistance, and systolic blood pressure across diverse adult populations. The National Cancer Institute has published summaries of research documenting green tea catechins' antioxidant activity and their role in inhibiting tumor cell proliferation in laboratory models. For older adults managing blood sugar, cardiovascular health, or both, which includes a significant portion of the people watching this, those are not small things. A bottle of Gold Peak unsweetened green tea costs less than $2 in most grocery stores. The science behind what you are getting for that price is genuinely impressive. This is a product that earns the trust it asks for. Number 1. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer Original. Number 1 on the worth buying side is going to surprise some people, and I want to explain the reasoning carefully, because it is not what you might expect from me after everything we just went through on the avoid list. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is an alcoholic beverage. It contains 5% alcohol by volume, and it is made with sparkling water, alcohol from fermented cane sugar, and natural flavor. That is the complete ingredient list. No artificial colors, no synthetic dyes, no high fructose corn syrup, no caramel color, no petroleum-derived additives. For an alcoholic beverage in 2024, that level of ingredient transparency is genuinely rare. A standard 12-ounce can contains 100 calories and 2 grams of carbohydrates, significantly less caloric density than beer, wine, or spirit-based cocktails. The alcohol content is comparable to a light beer. Now, and this matters, alcohol is not a health product. The 2023 World Health Organization report on alcohol and health was direct. There is no safe level of alcohol consumption from a purely clinical standpoint. That is the honest context. But for adults who choose to consume alcohol and are looking for an option with the shortest, cleanest ingredient list available in the category, Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is the most transparent product Coca-Cola makes. It does not pretend to be a health drink. It just refuses to load itself up with synthetic junk. Sometimes that is the best you can ask for.